I mean, when I first come out, I come out. Gambling was a big thing of mine, and drinking and drugs I thought were the follow-on. But when I come out with my problem, I was put into treatment for drink and drugs and nothing to do with gambling. I think there's a stigma about gambling still. I really do. I think I think people, because you don't put something in your body that doesn't mean you could stop it yourself before it happens. I don't agree with that. It's easier to get to. It's easier. There's a lot more triggers around the country. You're not going to be watching telly tonight and an advert comes on and says have a drink, but there will be have a bet ones on there, and you wouldn't believe how bigger triggers they are to people. So I think that's one of the reasons. I think we live in a society now with our phones, which is a walking casino, and the rules have never been changed since them phones have been out. So you could be sitting at a bus stop where you can drop your whole wages before the bus even comes, and that's how easy it is. We need to make it harder. It's so important. I listen to a radio station because I'm getting on that plays old songs, and there's adverts for gambling on there, and some of them are bingo, so they're obviously targeting the older person, which I just think's wrong.
You've been around a few NAViGO sites today. What did you kind of think to that?
Amazing. I honestly, I couldn't talk highly enough of the company, of the way it's run and what they're doing. I'm just amazed. It's been an absolute eye-opener, if I'm being honest. I mean, I thought I knew quite a bit, but I don't know a lot, if I'm being honest. I played football. I had so many problems off the pitch that when I crossed that white line and went on the pitch, I could just relax and do. I had an hour and a half to go and enjoy myself before I had all the problems in the world again. And fortunately, I was lucky enough to be good at what I did. It's hard to say if you'd have come out, what would people have said? I don't know. It always takes one person. And that's why I sort of do what I do now, is just for one person to go, you know what, if he can do it, I can do it. Or, I get them feelings, I'm like that, I feel like that. Do I need to go and see someone? Yeah. And that's the only reason. It'd be hard to say if I'd have come out 25 years ago, but then I didn't really think I had a problem. I didn't think the problems existed. I struggled with palpitations when I was a kid. It's anxiety, but it was palpitations when I was a kid. I couldn't express highly enough about speaking out and speaking. I think it's the most important thing in the world for anybody. I don't care who you are, is to talk. I found that my addictions wanted me on my own. It wanted me on my own. It wanted me to isolate. It wanted me to be on my own. I needed to be around people and talking, and it's so important. If my phone goes 3 or 4 times now and I don't pick the phone up, I start thinking there's something wrong with me, because why am I not talking to that person? So, I can't express enough. But it's got to be the person within. It's people will help as much as they want, but it all comes down to the person. You're an ill person who needs to get well. You're not a bad person who's trying to keep on getting good, and you need to get well. And that's the one thing that really stuck home with me. If you got a nut allergy, you wouldn't eat nuts, would you?